Hi, I'm Robbie and welcome to another episode of Sailing Iluka, where we take our 46-foot ketch from Adelaide up to Darwin and beyond via the east coast of Australia. Now, last episode, it was a bit of a grey episode, I'm sorry, but yeah, look, we just pulled into Hamilton Island with a blown gearbox. My brother had just departed back to Tassie. I was all on my own, I didn't really know what was going to go on. But listen, I've got to fess up, like this happened nearly 4 months ago, well, coming on 5 now, and I just want to thank everybody that wrote in, contacted me, all that sort of stuff with your encouragement and support. It really inspired me, so much so that the news is we're back on the water. All right, now you're going to have to watch these episodes and put up with me just to see how we actually made all that happen. But anyway, look, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. When I was editing, I noticed that this one I've got a lot more teeth that's shining as a smile than I did last time, and it just goes to show, you know, I'm just a bloke out here on the water. Sure, I've got a few qualifications and stuff, but you know, the big thing is I'm chasing my dream, and I really hope I encourage some of you guys to chase your dreams too. You know, your support encouraged me to keep going. Hopefully I can encourage you to come out here one day and see me on the water. All right, hope you enjoy this episode. Well, the day's finally arrived, folks, when we're going to have a crack at getting this gearbox out. Look, it's been a very trying time since we've been here. Trying to get, first of all, we couldn't know if we could find a gearbox. We found one. Now we've got to get this one out, which is difficult. We've got some, you know, Paul and the guys from the mechanics here have been very helpful. However, we've got some limited resources, so we've got to sort of make up a fair bit of this as we go along, but that's what boating's all about. So now, look, we've got the boat as ready as we can start today. So first thing we had to do was obviously empty out the plant room, because we've got to get down into the PSS shaft. So we need to be able to push that shaft back. So all the floor's up on that. I've got here, we started to I've stripped the air out through here, about to pull the floor out. I've had to take the table out, all the carpets up, righty, everything's stacked up in the front, because this is going to be a workshop for the next however long. We've worked out a way that we can lift this thing, and I've just gone up and got all those bits and pieces there, the timbers and the ladders and stuff. So now it's time to put it all together and see if we can make this plan work. The idea is to get the gearbox out from in here. We're going to lift it up, put it on the floor there so we can measure it, and then we've got to work out a way. First of all, we've got to get it lifted, so we've worked out a way we can do that. Lift it up, and then from there we've got to get it out from there through this hole and off the back of the boat, which is going to be quite a difficult little exercise in its own right. But we'll do one thing at a time. Let's just get this gearbox out first today and see how we go. So invention is the way. We're just making this up as we go along, but we'll be right, I'm sure. You know, we'll be right. Watch this space. Famous last words. Okay, so we've got everything on the boat, so I'll just show you what our cunning plan is. We've just had to look around the island, find out what we can use, and make it up from there. We need a gantry to be able to lift the gearbox out. So look, we found some big blocks, so I've braced them up in there to protect the steps. We found an acro prop which we can use, so we've got over 3 meters of acro prop. We've got a step ladder in there, the weight's suspended all across that, and then of course what we're going to have to do is get this gearbox out from down in there. So the idea is to get a block and tackle on. Right, put it up here on the top of the gantry, right, down there onto an eye bolt, right, which is at the back of the gearbox. Lift the gearbox up, move it across, right, clear the engine, or we might be able to move it back, get it up this hole here, put the floor back in, and put it down. That's all we got to do. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so Paul's here from RP Marine. We're going to win, buddy?
Yeah, we're going to have a win today, hopefully.
There you go.
Just grab.
Okay, we're progressing quite nice. We've got the shaft back, got the flexi plate out. Oh, all starting to come together, slowly but surely. Like that module folly. So the end result, fair bit of moaning and groaning, but that's where she's going to live for a week, in the middle of the boat. Anyway, it's out, which is really, really good. So onwards and upwards from here. Ooh. Okay, well finally the work has begun. The gearbox has arrived after then. We got Paulie down the hole here. How you going down there, mate?
Good, mate.
Yeah, hey.
Good.
So we've decided we're going to knock off flywheel and do the rear main while we're here.
Yep.
Because we just know that if we don't, we're going to do a rear main in the very, very near future. So the plate comes off, rear main on. What could possibly go wrong, eh, buddy?
Nothing at all.
All right. So yeah, from here it's onwards and upwards, and yeah, see how we go. It's been a bit of a mission, but anyway, we're getting there. Yeah, we're, I gotta say, the local mechanics here are just out of the world. We've really tried, so it's been excellent. Anyway, we'll see how we go.
It's got a bit of weight to it.
Good call. Slight leak in the rear main. So one of the things you do when you're torquing these bolts up, you go to what their foot-pound is, and then a particular angle. So these ones are only 40 pound, but then it's a 60-degree angle. So you think they're loose, but then that last 60 tightens them up, eh, Paulie?
Yeah, very much so.
And another little handy hint too, when you're torquing these, just so you don't lose your way, every time you torque one, put a mark on the end of the bolt. What a mission. So we've got her out of the boat, we used gantries, we got her up to here, we then put her on some wood, we've got her out there, now we're using the boat next door to winch her, and that's a spinnaker halyard. So there's our gearbox. How are we going there, Paulie?
Nice to get along with your neighbours, I reckon.
And that, folks, is the face of a smiling mechanic. There we go. What, guys? This is just a piece of cake. The old, and with the new. We'll get it up to height first, and we just let him off there. Yep.
Turned off.
That's still going.
Is it? Okay.
camera's not showing me.
Just the rope on the corner, mate. Carpet's off.
Easy! I don't know what the big deal is. It's just a couple of ropes and a couple of 100 kilos. Time for beer and bourbon. Woohoo!
Yeah, well, all we're going to do is, well, we do what we did before. So we've got to get it to here, then 2 boards over, then drop it to there. I'll just drop it. Good work. It's been another early morning, so a bit of planning, but look, already we've managed to get the box back down into here. So from here on in, it's just a matter of lifting it up with the gantry that we've hooked up here, lifting the floor up, dropping it back in with a second come along. Piece of cake. Right, it was 5 PM, we're still here. We've got a bit of an issue. The yoke that was on the back of the big gearbox is supplied the wrong one, so we've had to take the yoke off the old one and put the new one in. So instead of a pretty straightforward job, we're been encountered with hydraulic presses and God knows what else. But anyway, we're winning. Are we winning, Paul?
Yeah, mate, we'll get there.
All right. Here's a handy little hint. Quite often on the boat, you've got to force something onto a shaft or something like that, so you give it a bit of a touch along with a hammer and a piece of wood. So you normally get 2 people to help you, which is really good. However, the issue is that when you go to do it, here's an example. When you go to do it, you're not really sure where you need to hit it, because someone's got a bit of wood there and all that sort of stuff. So here's a little hint. Put a bit of tape, right on the piece of wood, right? Whoever's holding it, get them to hold it right across where you got to hit it, and say, there you go, hit the tape. It just makes it so much easier for the striker, right? Might make it a bit safer for the bloke holding a bit of wood too. Handy hint. So there you go. Well, today's been a lot better day than yesterday, because we had a few issues yesterday, but anyway, today it's good. We've got the plate out, got the box out, changed the rear plate, so that's done now. We had to die grind a couple of holes there, washers are in, finally bashed that down. Paulie's just down now retapping all the bell housing and threading all the screws. It's what they call tap and die. So if you ever pull anything out, you tap and die it, and just make sure that all the threads are good so you can reuse the bolts, and life goes in a lot easier. So yeah, full 100% today so far, but the day is but young. I'm not going to say too much. We'll see how we go. Okay, so this is the fun bit. So while Paul pulls the shaft forward, I'm going to be on the PSS seal back in here, making sure that goes forward too, so we don't have to swim. are good fun, but like after 3 or 4 days, you've had enough. So, yeah, we've got 20 knots, 20 knots beam on. So yeah, not a lot we can do. But anyway, that's all good. We're just going to sneak out. You know, obviously Ellie's in the background there. Beautiful port Ellie. See all the boats down on that other side. Not a lot of sailing going on at the moment. So yeah, when we turn around, we're just going to sneak over and just find shelter basically. So our plan today is to find shelter. We have 5 or 6 different alternatives that we're going to have a look at. Sid's is one of them. Yeah, we're going to have a look at Sid Harbour. May have a look at Tongue Bay. That's just the other side of the Whitties. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes. But anyway, doesn't matter. It's just good to be out here. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so that's Daydream Island just over there. So we'll just sneak through here. Now this is a great little place to go. This is a shortcut. It's called Unsafe Passage. It's pretty, installs a lot of faith in the joint, but anyway, let's get through here. So here we have South Molle Island. Time for a bit of an explore. So we're just departing South Molle now and just heading across the passage, and we're going over towards Sid's. 22 knots here in the passage, sort of coming straight over from the southeast. So a little bit bumpy, but no big deal. So yeah, so we'll just sneak out across there and see what we can come up with. So yeah, nice casual little jaunt this morning. Nothing too scary, nothing too exciting, but the blue sky's starting to come out. So hopefully it's a bit of a turnaround, because we're hoping for really good weather tomorrow. So let's see how we go. You can just see Daydream Island there, way up there in the distance. So there you go, we're back on the water. Hope you enjoyed that episode. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.